Alrighty, are we live? Let me quickly double check, make sure we're live. And, no, it looks like there's an issue. Wait, nope, we're live. Alright, and test. And test that in chat. Pardon me just 1 minute. Alright, I'm still seeing the screen is black, unfortunately. So if there's an issue with the stream, somebody let me know ASAP. But until then, hello, and welcome back to another trek through the dungeon. Very recently, as in just now, I saw a post on the Crawl forums in Reddit saying that mountain dwarves were added to Trunk, and that unlike prior mountain dwarves, which were basically just strong brutes that could handle armor well, now mountain dwarves have a little bit of personality, specifically that they, oh man, it's a commit, but it's not pushed to the server yet. Oh, this is so disappointing. Unless I was in the wrong version. Let me make sure I picked Trunk and I didn't pick 0.31. But if it's there, mountain dwarves are going to be capable of a couple interesting things. Because of dwarven artistry, they can use scrolls on things that would normally not be able to use scrolls on, like artifacts. And then they would have increased fire capability for training fire, as well as reduced encumbrance so that they could wear heavier armor for spellcasting more easily. Yeah, this is what's going to be removed. So the hill orc still there. Well, hell, this was premature. Sad face. I need to change the name of my stream. Let's see if I can do that mid-stream. Are back. Please come back. And let's do that. And fun fact, with mountain dwarves being MD, well, I'm an MD, so yeah, I'm basically going to identify as a mountain dwarf, I suppose. Yeah, unfortunately, I was premature. I should have checked to make sure that they were created first. What can we do to salvage this video? Let's say, oh, I know. So I saw a post recently saying that somebody was having a lot of trouble getting a mage off the ground into the lair because in the latest version the game is extremely hostile and it's hard, etc., etc. And I don't have that problem generally, so let's do this. Let's play 0.31, last stable version, and let's start a mage. And I would normally say let's play something like an octopode or something challenging, but no, we're just going to go the bog simplest. Gnoll would be even easier, but gnolls, unfortunately, don't play like normal characters. Well, let's go gargoyle. Gargoyles are pretty much a nice, easy on-ramp, right? First things first, when you pick a mage, you can pick a mage that is more reliable in the early, more reliable in the mid game. There isn't really, this choice isn't going to get you to the end game. This is really early mid game choices. Hedge Wizard is one of the most reliable because it has, for being able to get out of jam with Blink as a escape spell. Its offensive tools are a little more limited, with it being able to drop push grenades and zap darts. It can't do a lot, but also it does untyped damage with its imps, with its darts, with its push bombs. So you're not going to run up against an enemy that you simply can't deal with spells. Fire Elementalist is full tilt offense. They have tons of damage, but no real escape spells at all. So if you're building a tankier character like a gargoyle, you can probably get away with that. If not, it's a little riskier. Ice Elementalist goes the other direction. You cast Ozo's Armor and a passive AoE spell, Frozen Ramparts, that kills off most enemies you'll meet in the early game. But so you're not going to run out of mana. It's not a gas guzzler, unlike the fire build. But you don't get an escape option. You get a stand your ground option. Eventually, the ice beasts will function as an escape-ish by giving you a summon to put between you and your enemies. issue with both of these is you will run into lots of enemies that are undead and therefore immune to ice or just icy, and you'll run into some enemies that are immune or invulnerable to fire. Air and earth are a little different. Earth has the big issue that a lot of their spells can miss, and being able to miss is a pretty frustrating thing to deal with. However, and of course limited range. Air Elementalist I think is just amazing, but I'm not going to go into that in detail. There's too much details. All of these are viable. Oh, and poison is very good early on, and then quickly the poison drops off. If you thought there were a lot of cold resistant enemies, well, there's even more poison resistant. But all these issues, all these considerations are not that important. Let's for the sake of learning how to mage, it's all about tactics, positioning, and basic strategy. So because we've chosen Gargoyle, and because a Gargoyle's aptitudes would tend to lean it in the direction of Earth more than anything else. Not that Fire and Ice at 0 are bad. I won games off of 0 aptitudes Ice as an Ice Mage. Same with Fire. So you can easily go Ice, Fire, Earth. Any of these would work for a Gargoyle. Actually, Ice you could argue is very synergistic because they're naturally tanky, and Ice guy kind of wants to stand in there and let bad things happen. Oh, what just happened? I guess I didn't pick it, so I clicked out. Let's try that again. Is there any chance it's being updated right now and it'll just be there? No, I'm not blind, am I? Anybody else seeing the Mountain Dwarf? I really was excited to jump on and play Mountain Dwarf, but it's just not going to happen. Suck. Okay. No point crying about what isn't going to happen. Let's go back to the plan. Yeah. So to get your mage off the ground. So let's do this. Let's play Gargoyle, and let's do Fire. Yeah, no escape spells. Just, WYSIWYG, what you see is what you get. So first things first, recognize that because I've chosen a class that doesn't have a positive fire aptitude, it's just 0, I could be playing anything. I could be playing a human and get a very similar effect. I could play an octopode and get a similar effect, right? So this isn't like, oh, well, you just pick the best class in the game for it. The very first thing I'm going to do, and some of my skill and decisions are controversial, so don't feel like you have to copy me one-to-one, is turn off everything but what I'm going to kill with, which in this case is fire. And maybe a slow trickle into something defensive, fighting, dodging, or armor. And of those 3, preference to fighting. I have 10 HP, which is fairly reasonable. I'm going to set an early limit to fighting, but I'm really focused on just mastering my damage. Next, I'm going to look at my spell tree. So I start with this fire, and then I move on to Scorch, which is great. Flame Wave is excellent. Volatile Blast Motes are It gives me a tool that can work. I'm not going to use Inner Flame, probably. Okay, let's start going. Gargoyles have some built-in resistances, which is nice. Okay, first thing that you need to remember as a mage, if you're used to playing a melee, you're not used to this. Always be thinking of how to run away. That guy's pretty far away from me. If I run away, I'm going to lose sight of him, and he's not going to follow. So here I'm going to cast my Foxfire. I miscasted, so now I'm going to step away and fully recover my mana before I attempt again. Back in range. Oh, he's gone, and he's shouting. That means he's on me. Perfect. Back off. Back off into the known space where nothing is chasing me. Let's get him into an optimal position to blast him with my magic, and now we cast again. Boom. 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 He's dead. Continue running away. What if that shout is bringing someone? This is how I minimize my risk in fighting him. Dude, we got a couple potions. Very nice. I could proceed further in this direction, but to be anal retentive, why not go this way first, minimizing my run distance from the known space? As a rule of thumb, space you've already explored is known and is safe, and space you haven't been to is unknown and therefore unsafe. See an enemy, run from an enemy. I don't want to run so fast that, they run away too. So sometimes I throw in a fireball. Or not fireball. Scorch. What's it called exactly? I'm going to keep using it. I may as well get the name right. Foxfire. All right, I have one miscast on me, so I'm going to run backwards until my mana is back. Now I'm going to engage again. This is how you make the most out of a very low amount of mana. See, standing my ground here with 1 mana resulted in me having 2 enemies on screen with me without mana. If I had, instead of replenishing here, retreated first, I would have had 3. Now, lucky for me, they didn't actually see me, so I got away with it. But that wasn't a guarantee. This one did see me. So now we're trying to run and regenerate mana before we engage. Always running towards the known territory as much as possible. You see that knoll that's coming after me? He's going to be a problem. So we're thinking ahead how we're going to run away from the knoll while we deal with this Kwokka. Kwokka's dead. Knoll is very much on us. We don't have our potions ID'd, and our mana is relatively low. Scorch would make it much easier to deal with him. We have 2 choices here. Or 3 choices. 1, we can dive to the stairs. 2, we can continue to circle around a couple times until our mana regenerates, and then try to take him on. And 3, we can continue to explore with him on our tail. I think I prefer to dive and lose him only if I can be reasonably sure that he'll kill me otherwise. Now the situation has changed. Now I've got 1, 2, 3 enemies and a bat coming on me. So I need to loop around this way and escape. That's the correct decision. See just what a huge crowd is on me? We're definitely just getting away from here. Okay, fully regenerate as much as possible, stand our ground and whack things with my trident so that I can regenerate mana. Here we go. This is the space you want to stand so that both the Scorchers still... Scorching Flame? What's it called again? Foxfires. Both the Foxfires still generate. Okay. Our whole goal now is to get back upstairs through a different staircase, because this one, we know we've left a greeting party. Notice that I'm immediately carving out a safe niche over here for circling and retreating. And before I forget, let's memorize my tier 2 spell, Scorch, so that I have some options. That is a lot of enemies. I'm hoping that they peel themselves off rather than all come at me at once. Still full speed ahead on Fire Magic, since it is the only core that I need for my casting right now. Maybe a little bit of Conjurations because I have a bonus aptitude to it, so that's not Conjurations. Let's get it up to 2. You could make the argument that since I'm so low mana, going spellcasting to improve my mana would actually also increase my damage and survivability, but it's not worth it at this stage. Okay. Ooh, we got ourselves an amazing staff here. RF++ with C and Stealth. I'm going to actually intentionally not use this until D5 or 6, just to show you that you don't need an excellent artifact to Mage, but just just understand that I would ordinarily have been whipping out the staff and using it. Also, I see a lot of people are watching on stream, so hello. So sorry for anyone who was brought here under false pretense. Apparently, the Mountain Dwarf update is not pushed, so I'm going to have to wait before I can actually run a Mountain Dwarf. But this is just kind of how do you start a Mage with a whole lot more explanation for a safe Mage open. And intentionally not just picking an OP race. Or not just picking a completely OP class, just something that you wouldn't need luck for. Okay, so here we're tiptoeing our way around. I guess that's not fair. I don't mean to say that I'm not picking something OP, rather that I'm not relying on in-game luck. Still haven't found an upstairs, but hopefully you guys are seeing what it's like to be very systematic in how I approach the floor, how I'm exploring in this kind of increasing concentric circles, always hugging known territory and safe escape routes so that when things go south, I know where I'm running to. All right, and we found our way back upstairs. Let's go up. And now's the best part. Now that we have a safe place to retreat to, we can stand here, kill off everything that comes at us, and then run. Again, small circles off from my safe retreat. Works fine even if you're a Naga or a Barakai. You know, just the closer you are to the stairs, the closer you are to a bottomless MP. Is it not on crawl.dcss.io? I do not know. Is that another crawl website other than Acraziac? Because it wasn't working on the Acraziac server. Hang tight. Let me follow this link because I would totally break off what I'm doing to do that instead. What is this? It looks like there's virtually no one on this server, and all of the people who are here. So this is like the dev build? Huh. Okay. Is this not a tile server, or is this a tile server, and is my account valid here? Sorry guys, quick wait. It looks like my account isn't, so let's register with my same username and password, which I will not say out loud for obvious reasons, and with my alt. Do your morgues, do your TT-Rex experimentals, you read Bial rework. Holy crap, it works. Raging Rage, thank you so much. To anybody who is enjoying watching me get this class up and off the ground, I'm so sorry, but you're going to have to wait because... no, you know what? Just watch how we get a Mountain Dwarf off the ground. It's foolproof. Let's close out this. Let's go this. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I thought that Trunk always had the latest push. I didn't know that there were other servers that you have to switch to. Okay, so let's log from here. And how do I change which tab I am sharing? That is going to be a beast, but hopefully I can figure that out. Stop and switch and share and break the internet. Oh my god, Mountain Dwarves are back, baby! Get hype. This is going to be awesome! Alright. So, before we get too hype, recognizing this is ultra experimental, MDs are in the house! Where is my stream there? MDs are in the house! Okay, I'm tempted to actually break stream and then restart. Nah, hell, I'll just tag it or clip it later on. All right, changing the channel name a third time. MD Dwarves are back. Start. Mage. MDs go deep. Next. And close. Okay. And it looks like that may have shaken the channel. No problem. Anybody who wants to rejoin. Let's do this thing. Well, what better way to play this dwarf than the way that clearly the devs want us to try it the first time, which is fire and brimstone. So we'll immediately turn on the fire to maximum. It occurs to me that I probably don't have an RC file on here. I do not. And that's going to be a problem. So let's get my RC file pulled and edited while people are still reconnecting. Crazy app, web tiles. Come on. Oh man, all this time there was a whole server I didn't even know existed. It's actually kind of embarrassing. You would think that I would have by this point figured it out, but I guess the truth is I don't, generally speaking, play experimental builds, so I guess I wouldn't have known about it for that reason. Yeah. Okay, so we got that done, and let's log out. Alt, log in, and Yarel rework. Okay, so yeah, of course I have to remake all of my macros. That's fine. We'll just do that quick. What else we have? Minus for G down. That's my usuals, I think. Alright. Okay. Apologies again to anybody who got bumped, but we are doing this, so let's go. I have to check Twitch and make sure that it's working still, because for some reason when I go to Twitch, oh, it's not streaming that. Good.